welcome to episode 1 of me tidying my bedroom. I'm this is gonna be a long one, so I'm just gonna get straight into it. Enjoy. Okay, so first, I'm gonna take all of the clothes on my floor to the linen basket. The reason I don't do this as often as I should is that I go to bed after my parents, and the linen basket is in that room. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick tour of what the floor is looking like. I probably could have done this in any better format, but hey. So I'm gonna put on my tunes and then I'll have to mute this or whatever. But yeah. So I started by taking any belts out of my pants, removing any shoes, putting them to the side. I took a bag off my floor and just taking out anything that's not clothes for the wash. And then I gathered all of the clothes that were for the wash together and took them on the magical journey that is to the linen basket. Took me a couple of trips, not gonna lie. So that was step 1 complete. I've taken all the clothes that were dirty on the floor, which were all the clothes on the floor, before I don't put clean clothes on the floor. I've put them in the linen basket. So shout out to my mother who will do all the washing in my house. Or who does do all the washing in my house, more than the point. I iron. I will probably post a video somewhere of me ironing, but yeah. My mother's a legend. So, found a fair few shoes in the process of that. They live in my wardrobe, but I can't currently put them there because I have a stack of honestly just things in the bottom of my wardrobe. So I think step 2 is gonna be, and I'm gonna stop listing steps because I've gotten step 2 right, but I feel like I'm gonna fail miserably after that. Step 2 will be just to clear the bottom of my wardrobe so I can actually put my shoes there. So once again, I pretty much introduced exactly what I'm gonna do. I just took everything out of the wardrobe, made piles to sort later. Just the aim here was getting the bottom of the wardrobe clear, so I moved my shelf out of the way so I could access all the wardrobe and just took stuff out. But yeah, as you can see, I've got a shoe rack at the back. Well, if you can see it, and I was just trying to clear everything so I could put my shoes actually on that where they live. So this is where I started finding college work in there, along with some keyrings from the arcade. I have a slight addiction to the two-piece lots. My friends do keep trying to convince me not to do that, but hey. Of all the I can speak, definitely. Of all the addictions, it's not really that bad. So, I've cleared most of the bottom of my wardrobe. There's a section where the shoe rack isn't that I'm not gonna clean yet. I'll do that probably in half an hour, I want to say. But yeah, I'm gonna go and grab some wipes and locate my disinfectant. I'm gonna clean the bottom of my wardrobe because it's incredibly dusty. So yeah, I'll be back. And once again, I have told you guys exactly what I'm gonna do before I've done it. This is literally just me. I had one pair of shoes actually on the rack. I took them off, so I didn't. In fact, no, I had two pairs of shoes on the rack, but I took one pair off, so I didn't get it covered in disinfectant, and then I cleaned the entire thing. That's it. So, wardrobe floor, I think I'll call it, is clean. Just gonna put all my shoes away. I've got two shelves. I'm gonna put my smaller shoes that will fit on the bottom shelf on the bottom, so anything that will fit on the bottom will go on the bottom because I wear a lot of boots that don't fit. And then yeah, I'm just gonna get on with that. So I've got quite a few pairs of shoes. The important thing with this was just making sure that I could fit everything on the rack. So first of all, I had a few pairs that I couldn't find the second one of, so I had to go on a quick journey to go and find those. But yeah, just making sure any shoes that could fit on the bottom rack went on the bottom rack because I have so many pairs of like boots and maybe like heels, wedges, that kind of thing. Because it's just what I prefer to wear. Just making sure everything fit, basically. Yeah. So I've got all of my, well, most of my shoes. I think there's at least one pair of platforms downstairs still. But shoes are all lined up on the rack. There was a bag of bags that I took out earlier, my little penguin bag. That's gonna go back in because I can't think of anywhere for that to go that's not the wardrobe. I think that's the most logical place for it. And then I'm not gonna source it all today, but I'm gonna put all of my A-level kind of work that I found in my A-level box that is a complete mess right now. And then I think I'm gonna try and source out all the other stuff I took from the bottom of the wardrobe. So I'll get on with that now.
So I put the penguin bag that I'd mentioned full of other bags back in the wardrobe, picked up a couple of hangers that were knocking about, and then got on with. Unfortunately, I don't have any way of recording on the actual floor, so you can't see where I had all my piles of stuff. So I'd already organised the piles into stuff that was A-level, stuff that wasn't, and a little bit of extra. So my A-level box lives actually underneath the wardrobe where the drawers used to be, but they just fell apart. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I put all my A-level things away and then got on with just moving everything else to where it belonged.
So, am I in frame here? I think I'm in frame. I've sorted out all my A-level stuff now. I've got some coloured pencils and like general memorabilia from last year, including a birthday card from my ex-boyfriend who broke my heart, and a birthday card from my ex-boyfriend's parents. The same ex-boyfriend who broke my heart. They were lovely. Also his cats and dogs. I miss those little guys. But yeah. I'm gonna put those in a drawer and deal with them later on, and I'm talking literally here, I'm not talking metaphorically. And then colored pencils, god, I don't even know, I mean, I'll put them in a different drawer, and again, deal with them later on. So, just based on like setup and whatever, I'm gonna do that off camera, and get back to you in a bit. So, alright, most of the stuff is sorted, I'm just gonna, organize my jewelry stand, which I've got right here, because I love accessories and shinies. Yeah, we're just gonna get on with that.
So I separated out, I've got two jewellery stands, one for statement pieces, one for more so accents. I took off the accent one, I just showed you the earrings I was wearing. In case anyone can see that I'm leaving gaps, that's just the ones I was currently wearing. It's not that I've lost them or anything, they were just actually in my face at the time. So if I left gaps, that's just what that was about. And yeah, I just went through and organised everything. For the record, most of my statement pieces are from Silver and Goth. I absolutely adore that shop. That was, I don't know if you saw that, that was my little no internet dinosaur earrings, which I absolutely adore. They are so random. So I've just moved on to my accents. Most of these are from Amazon. And then a couple of them are so old that I don't even remember where they're from or they were given to me as a gift, and I will never know where they were from. Yeah, I do like to shout out like where I got things from, like, because if someone like compliments me on earrings, for example, I want them to be able to know where like they can get something similar. Like, obviously, it's a little bit weird if someone goes out and gets the exact same thing as me, but like, I just feel like if you like what I'm wearing from a certain shop, you might like other things from that shop. So like, you know, like, spread the love. That's a business I like. You might like it too. Yeah. Anyway, just a little bit of a side rant. And I'd also, while we've got like a big gap of not really that much to talk about, I'd like to point out my incredible shirt, which is not only a striped shirt, but it has flamingos on it. Like, I mean, Chris Pickavant's in a nutshell, really. It's incredible. Got that at Trespass, I believe, a couple of years ago. So yeah, dealing with a lot of screw-on flatbacks on this jewellery stand, which are the bane of my existence, although, like, they do serve a purpose, you know, you can sleep in them. They're good for, like, not fully healed piercings. But we don't have the best relationship, I'm gonna say. Yeah, just gonna leave you guys to watch a little bit of that for the next 30 seconds or so.
Right, so I've the earrings are sorted. They are currently in the wardrobe. That's not where they live, but I've moved everything out of the way so I can hoover the floor. So I'm gonna bring up the hoover now, and then I'll put them where they live. I'll also put my clothes away when I've done that, and I think that'll be the end of the video.
Literally just hoovered the floor. So, as I've mentioned a couple of times, I split the room into 3 sections. Currently I can't get the whole room cleaned in one day, so I'm just gonna hoover the sections as I go because it's better than not hoovering until the very end. Because I mean, we saw in my morning video, I have a pet bird. When he's in here, he puts bird dandruff, as we call it, literally everywhere. He's a precious baby. I love him.
Hoovering's complete. I'm taking a quick break for Scran. That's me being rung down for Scran, and then I'm gonna put my clothes away. And then I think we'll be done. So I had Scran, I got distracted on my phone for about an hour, but I am back. I'm gonna put my clothes away, and that should be it.
So I've kind of been teasing this in a weird way for a while. For a second, I thought I'd somehow tucked my shirt underneath my belt, but it's just that my belt isn't into the belt loops. That looked a little bit weird. But yeah, putting the clothes away. I'm not diagnosed with anything. I don't know if I've said this before, but I'm suspected to be autistic. My wardrobe is people's key evidence for that a lot of the time because I have a very distinct setup of like I could tell you what any item of clothing I own lives in my wardrobe. And the items of clothing next to it, because I have a very specific organizational system. But yeah, I put all my clothes away. I had quite a collection of clothes because I hadn't been putting them away for a while. I honestly don't have a reason for that. I just need to get better at putting my clothes away when they're cleaned. Oh, but yeah, let me know if you want, I don't know, a short or something going through my unreasonably specific organizational system for the wardrobe. Because I think that's my thing. I'm not very good at tidying, but I love organizing things. And so the key thing I want to do with my room is get it to the point that it's tidy, and I just need to organize because I actually do enjoy that. And I find something really satisfying about organizing things into this ridiculous level of predictability. The actual bulk of why do I look so blurry right now? Right, I mean I can move this slightly, but I can't do much about the camera quality. I'm sorry. Clothes are all put away. The last thing I've done, I've got this little basket. Well, I say little, it's half the size of me. But yeah, I've got that. It's just gonna go kind of on the floor. It's light. It's not heavy. It's light enough for me to move back and forth whenever. And hopefully, if my parents are in bed when I put my pajamas on, it means that I can put clothes in here and not be piling them up on the floor, which is the main reason that this section gets untidy, because I pile clothes on the floor and then I pile paper on top of that and just carry on. Yeah, so section 1 complete. First third. Also the easiest third, it only gets harder from here. So thank you so much for your time and for watching through to the end of this. That was a long one. And they're only gonna get worse from here because that was the easy section of the room. I'm gonna keep going with probably like weekly updates on like just making sure the room stays tidy. So probably like shorts of just putting things away at the end of the day and that kind of thing. Because I don't want to have to do this all again in another couple of months. So yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great day or night, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.